Westminster has decided to step in, that their kids that they work with, they're going to be more intense and more focused on their kids. So they got permission for the teachers to, and from their parents to come in and ask how's their behavior, how's their homework, how's their different stuff. The stuff you'd expect a parent that's very involved. Westminster's doing that with their kids to make sure that they're connecting the fun stuff, the cool stuff. They're teaching everything about the city, and the curriculum, and the education piece of it. And the reason why I even point out the stuff of how they're learning about the community, with kids that are impoverished, their world is exceedingly small. Most kids never move within six grades, 10 blocks area is their entire world. And in our neighborhood, that comes down to 6, more average than 10, because there's a couple of really large streets, and for whatever reason, nobody goes over them, period. You don't move houses past it, you don't go to other stuff in the neighborhood, and so the kids' world is very, very small. We have one of the coolest zoos in the entire city, and our kids have never seen it. We have a really cool, active downtown, and our kids have never seen it. And within walking distance is our downtown in Indianapolis, and they can't get there. There's so many museums that are in Indianapolis. Obviously, you can tell I love my city. There's tons of museums. The downtown area is cool, is amazing. There's actually, Indianapolis has more open arts than actually their numbers are the closest New York City of arts. That's all over the entire city. Our kids in by school 14, they've never seen this stuff because they get within their little neighborhood and they never go anywhere else. So Westminster made a point that they wanted to learn their entire city. So when I say Bria gets to do stuff that I might necessarily get to show stuff, yeah, she's actually seen most because I like the city, but most of the kids that she goes to, they haven't been the canal. They haven't gone to some of the arts that are around the city. They've not gone to the zoo. They've not come to the Children's Museum, to the American Indian Museum has a name. Can't get it out.
Isle Jordan.
Thank you. So they've not seen this different stuff, and Westminster takes them so that they can see all about Indianapolis, as well as taking outside of the city around them. So they went to Freedom Farm. One of the philosophies for Westminster as well is not only do they give for, but they also teach people that it doesn't matter where you are in your life, you can give out and give to, because you have worth enough to be able to give away to give for somebody else. And so one of the things that they showed that was Freedom Farm. Freedom Farm is a really cool place that people come to the farm and they work at the farm. And if you'll work at the farm, you get free vegetables. You get free produce from the farm. So they took the kids out there. So not only were they learning about the science of farming and
agriculture.
Thank you. Not only learn the science of that, but they were also learning that you give back for people that they can actually eat. And so I know Steve was showing the garden when they were doing the Freedom Farm. The kids and Westminster said, we need to do this in the neighborhood. So they created that little farm, the little garden that's actually there at Westminster, so that everybody who comes into to Westminster can get vegetables, and it's in their food pantry. They're feeding warm meals, and so they were having food from the garden there, so that it's not just the kids are just receiving, but they're also seeing that you give back, you give out to other people as well, and it doesn't matter where you are in your life, you have worth to give. And that's my philosophy in life in general, and that's what I've tried to teach my children, and they're already doing it at Westminster. So in general, yeah, I love the stuff that they're doing there. And it doesn't matter what the building looked like. It didn't look, for me, I didn't look like what the building looked like. It didn't bother me that some of the other agencies that I would see at School 14, that they would make comments about, they were concerned about their no kick-out policy and all this other stuff. I was keeping my daughter there because the values that she was learning, the experiences she was getting, everything else, yeah. Westminster. And it makes me sad, actually, that Westminster only has 2 more years. I'm not Westminster Briera only has 2 more years that she can go to Westminster before she out until she out ages. So she's too old to go. And Paula was also on the tour. Paula and I actually were talking about that I was like, oh, I'm so sad that Briera only has a couple more years. She's like, you know, the kids with Briera and some of the other kids have actually thought about how can we do like a junior mentors or whatever else, and other ways that they can be older and stay at Westminster and work with the little kids or do with other stuff, so that, yeah, I'm actually really excited with the idea that they're going to even add on, so that the kids that are too old to be there for care or to do programming, to actually be able to be part of with the kids that are still there as giving out and giving away and giving for them instead of receiving. So yeah, it worked for me.
Thank you.